I'd been out the night before, and I only had about 4 drinks, and I was out with my friend Lynn, and both of us got a lift home with another mutual friend, Lindsay. She took us down to the kebab shop. I came back to my house, we all ate something, and it was about 1:45. I actually went to bed and Lindsay went home, but my friend Lynn stayed on the sofa, which she always does every weekend, she was. However, I woke at 5:30 to find somebody on top of me. And at the time I was seeing someone, and I thought it was him, and I did sort of, his head was here, and I was patting him on the head almost, and sort of saying, what the hell do you think you're doing getting through my window?
Yeah, no,
if I invite you here, I invite you here, you know. Anyway, because I knew that the window was the only way in.
Yeah.
So
Was it wide open or?
Yeah, it was wide open. But it's above a flat roof, halfway above a flat roof, so it's not impossible to get in there, but it's very difficult.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect someone to climb through your window, would you?
No. It was a very hot night, I was on top of the bed. I still had a t-shirt on, but my bottom half was naked. And I woke to find somebody on top of me. And at first I thought it was the guy that I was seeing.
Yeah.
I was patting his head, and I was, what do you think you're doing? And then I looked down and I thought, what's he doing with gloves on? Which is a strange thought for me, because I was still very disorientated. So, and I felt along them, and it didn't feel like gloves, it felt like socks, because there's no fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, he's kind of got up and he kind of fished, because it's very, very quick. And I went, God, it's not the fella I was seeing. So I rolled as quick as I could off the bed, which I thudded on the floor, and at that point, all I wanted to do was get out of the locked door and put the light on. But my daughter came running across the hall, because she heard me screaming at him, who are you? Who the hell are you? And she pushed me back in the room, which I was going, no, Becky, don't push me back in the room. Push me back in the room. With that, I was brave enough, because I heard them stirring downstairs, so I had a lodger downstairs and my friend Lynn on the sofa. I heard them stirring, and I was brave enough to take a look back around. And I see him in the window with his hands up, 1 foot in the window, just about to jump. And he took a long look back around at me and my daughter. So my daughter see him too. I have to point out, it's very rare. A stranger rape is very rare.
Yeah, no, I know.
But a witness to a stranger rape is even rarer. So, and with that, I run back across to the window to see which way he was going, or take a better look, or, you know, I don't know what my thoughts were really. So, and I quickly put on a pair of trousers, ran down the stairs, said to my friend, I've been raped.
So he did actually rape you then?
Yes, he did actually rape me.
You woke up and he was...
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, how did you feel? That's awful.
At first, because of the disorientation, and thinking it was somebody else seeing, it was kind of, I wasn't frightened at that time. It may have helped me, I don't know. It wasn't until he got up and I looked and I realised in the dim light it was a stranger. And with that, that's when the panic started. I thought, what do I do? And I don't know how I'd done it, devised it, but I just rolled straight off the bed.
So your instincts took over, really?
Yeah, it did. My instinct definitely took over.
And I mean, what happened after that? Did you immediately ring 999?
Oh, yeah.
And then did the police come around straight away?
Oh, yeah, they were very, very quick. They got there before the phone call had finished.
Blimey.
So they were Thames Valley Police were excellent.
I mean, what was the next step? It was a lot. He was only you. I guess you know he was only in court after he raped another 16-year-old. So.
Yeah, he got caught by the DNA through raping a 16-year-old in Warwickshire.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean.
And I was over the moon that he got caught, but my heart sank because he raped a 16-year-old.
I mean, he's a dangerous man. He has to do it again and again and again.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah.
I mean, how did you feel? Because from what I recall, it was quite a long period after you were raped until he was caught. I mean, that must have been absolutely petrifying.
It was, yeah.
How did you cope during that period?
I actually decided, right, okay, this guy's not going to get me down. I went back to work very quickly. Tesco's were very, very good. They told me to take as much time off as possible as I wanted, But I didn't. I went back after 2 weeks because I wanted to get it back into a routine, and I felt that's the best way of doing it.
And you still lived on your own and you stayed where you are.
Yeah.
How do
I cope with that? I make sure all my windows are locked.
Yeah.
And my doors are locked. It doesn't go without its scars.
Yeah.
I don't like someone cleaning upstairs. I don't like the patio door open. I'll close all that. Whereas before I used to leave that all open and get fresh air in.
Yeah, but you seem to be doing remarkably well. I'm actually quite astounded that.
Part of me feels, okay, I'm alive. He could have quite easily slit my throat in that bedroom without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
And I'm alive. And I had a network of friends and family that rallied round me.
Do you think there are any long-lasting implications, I suppose?
I will never be the same with safety. And other women should take this on board and make sure they're safe.
Yeah, of course. Walking home at night, just things like
exactly. Don't flag down a taxi. Always call a firm.
Because the thing is that I know everyone knows you should do this, but you don't, did you? Well, I imagine you didn't. I certainly don't.
No.
And I guess you must have had STI tests and things.
Yeah, luckily that was all clear too.
But it must be such a stressful period.
The police bit was absolutely fantastic. Can't thank them enough, Thames Valley Police. However, the one thing I would change is sitting in a clinic, and when Joe Blogg's across the way there, and you're all thinking the same thing about each other.
Yeah, you're thinking what they done.
I would rather change that. That's the only thing I would change. Apart from that, the police investigation were brilliant.
And how do you feel about Armani now? You must absolutely hate him.
I do, yeah.
Have you been in contact with the 16-year-old victim?
I went to Warwickshire Crown Court to support her. That was my main, one of my main concerns, because I felt she needed support.
Yeah, well, because you've been through the same thing, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And how now he's in jail? I imagine he's going to be there for a pretty long time, and I think he is obviously incredibly dangerous.
Yes, he got 6 years, 9 months indeterminate, which means he comes in front of a parole board.
Yeah.
And is he dangerous to the public? Yes, he is. And he could possibly do 20 years.
I know that.